Okay, what is up, guys? We are live Friday, TGIF, August the 5th, 2022. What's going on? Appreciate you all tuning in. Chris Phillips here of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show. What is up? What's going on? What's going on? I see Justin Langford, John Edward, Cody Killo, Brendan, Zach, Lance, Travi, Brian Lattimore, Connor McCormick, Todd Smith, Chase Floyd, Rebecca. Rebecca's the first comment today. Love to see that. Rebecca, what's going on? Appreciate you all tuning in. As you see, we got the new, for those that are tuned in to the video version, if you're on podcast, you cannot see it, but we've got the new lid on today, the black Beamer Rattler 22 cap. Yours truly just got this in the mail yesterday, late last night, so we're breaking this bad boy in. This thing, I tell you, like we said before, the black cap just hits different. It really, really does. It really does. Again, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Very excited to chat with you all here on this Friday. We're taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Of course, guys, as always, the Daily Crow brought to you by our friends over at Carolina Ale House. Check out your local Carolina Ale House location. Check out your local Carolina Ale House location. They got over 65 beers on tap. Great food, plenty of TVs for you to catch whatever game it is. Of course, it's your number one spot to watch all of your Gamecocks sporting events. And, of course, right now we are on the TSUS tour. I want to say thank you to all of those that came out last night to Carolina Ale House in downtown Greenville. We had an absolute blast. That was incredible. I appreciate you guys rocking and rolling with the punches, by the way. I know the beginning of that event, there were some things, kind of a lot of moving pieces. We didn't know exactly where we were going to set up, and I can assure you I've talked with my Ale House folks, and, you know, we're learning as we go. We're improving. We're getting better. We're sharpening up, if you will. So very excited for this tour to continue. Again, it was a massive success last night. Had a great time talking Gamecocks. I know Brendan M. was there. My guy Chase Floyd was there. My guy Travis Ward, who made the TSUS helmet, was there. Very exciting stuff. It was awesome. It was awesome. So, again, I truly do appreciate it. I know I'm leaving off a ton of people there. We had a great crowd last night. My guy Kemper Keenan, shout out the Big Cock Club, was there. I really do appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for coming out, man. Again, the TSUS tour, I had high hopes and expectations. I really did. But I even feel those hopes and expectations have been exceeded. So thank you all so much. Fort Mill, you were up. We'll be dropping pictures from the event last night later today, and then I'll probably get all the details and the announcement for Fort Mill either tomorrow or Sunday. But in Fort Mill, you are up next Thursday. We'll be at the Carolina Ale House in Fort Mill, South Carolina. I know my guy John Edwards looking forward to that one. I am as well. I'm looking forward to it. Going to be a lot of fun. I hope to see a lot of Charlotte Gamecocks there. That's the closest location to Charlotte. There's a lot of great Gamecocks in Charlotte, North Carolina. So let's see. Anyways, guys, we are taking your questions, comments, calls here on this Friday. Let's see. Brandon Watts. Yeah, fall camp has begun. The boys have hit the practice field once again. Gamecocks football really beginning everything. Football's back. Football is back. Football's back. Thank goodness. Football is back. Fall camp has begun, like I said, practice number 1 this morning. You know, I would say nothing really to report. Obviously, we're not on the scene. Mike Yuva did have some things he said this morning. Rattler taking on leadership role quickly. The offense looked clean and on the same page. Hardly any drops or missed throws. Place kicker competition will be good, and Strawn has toned up. So, I mean, my takeaways from that tweet is 15-0 incoming. 15-0 incoming, folks. 15-0 incoming. No, it's awesome though just to have football back, man. To have football back in the fold, and really excited to follow along with the updates from camp. Of course, guys, podcast dropped this morning. A great show, episode 685. Episode 685. I gave my top 5 storylines. I gave my top 5 storylines going into fall camp. Things I'm going to be most looking forward to or paying attention to, what have you. Also, we continue along the 2022 opponent preview series. Talk the Florida Gators on today's show. A really intriguing team. I think maybe the biggest mystery in the SEC, that is Florida. John Edwards says, hard to get into NFL preseason game. John Everett, I don't watch a single preseason game. I really don't. I have no interest. I mean, I'm not a big NFL guy anyways. I know there's many of you out there. You follow every sport. That's great. I mean, for me, it's a little bit different, man, because I have a business that revolves around South Carolina. So it's gotten to a point for me where, I'm not saying I can't sit down and enjoy other sports, but it's like if I'm not creating content around it, I almost just don't even care anymore. Like truly. I mean, again, I'll watch the Braves, I'll watch games, but nowhere near, let me just put it this way, nowhere near the investment level that I watch like South Carolina. And I mean, I save most of my opinions and takes and all that for the Gamecocks. I mean, really, truly. I mean, there's just a lot of topics out there that I'm like, I'm not well enough versed on it or well enough research to give this in-depth, thorough opinion on it and take a bold stance on it. You know what I mean? But no, I mean, I like NFL. I don't dislike it. I'm excited, actually. I will say on that note, I'm excited to go out and about in downtown Greenville and just watch NFL and just use it as an excuse to get out of the house and take in football. Because, I mean, again, whether you love the NFL or you're not, whether you're a big NFL guy or not, like who doesn't love just sitting down, getting some good food, watching ball? You know what I mean? There are worse ways to kill time, right, than watching some football. Let's see. Again, Kemper, appreciate you coming out, my friend. I see your comment. Cody Gaskins, what's up? Garrett H., do you know when Beamer's next presser is? I am not 110% sure, Garrett. I will keep you updated. I've got the full fall camp schedule, and I'm sure that if I looked at it, I could tell you, but it's not for a little bit. So no need to fear, Garrett. I don't think you're going to miss anything over the weekend. But I will let you guys know when the next presser is happening. Yeah, 2:00. Kevin C., 2:00. A big tree might be falling. A big tree might be falling. I don't think we'll stay live for it, guys, just because I don't know what he's doing, if he's just dropping a tweet, a graphic, if he's doing a video. So we're going to get off here right at 2:00 so I can go and keep up with and get graphic, whatever, video, whatever out. We can lock in on that commitment and just sort of go from there. Carter Bingham, the upstate is treating me very well. Like I said, last night, downtown Greenville, our Ale House event, we had a fantastic time. A lot of fun. Again, I appreciate all those that came out. And like I said, guys, I've said that at every event, and I'll say it here yet again. It's just such a blessing. This is something that I manifested years ago. You know, I went to welcome home events, and I thought it was so cool. You know, the way that Beamer, you know, or whoever the coach was, would go across the state and interact with Gamecocks. And I thought that would be really cool to do, like a live show. You know, at that point, I didn't know where, I didn't know exactly what, but I was like, do some sort of a live show just across the state and get to shake the hands and interact with the people that support the business and support TSUS and support everything we do. And I mean, it's just been such a blessing, man. And we're 3 stops down. We got 4 more to go. Basically, we've hit the halfway point. How about that? But 4 more stops to go. And I would say already it's been a massive success. What's also great, too, by the way, guys, is, of course, this time last week, we didn't have the Daily Crow. So the fact that it was local, right? The fact that, the event was local is really nice. That doesn't really affect the schedule this week. It won't affect it next week either. Fort Mill's not too far away. So excited, man. Excited to get to Fort Mill next week. And then we'll be Augusta the following, and then Woodruff Road back in Greenville. So I don't know if my Greenville folks, if y'all want to do it again, but we're going to do Woodruff Road on the 25th. And then obviously we'll close it out with Harbison and Columbia on the 30th, and that'll be the week of Georgia State. Y'all are talking about Dorman scrimmaging, high school scrimmages. I saw somebody talking about Marquis Anderson looked good. We're getting high school football scrimmage reports now. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's good to hear. It's good. I'm just glad football's back. I'm glad football teams, high school teams are scrimmaging. We've got football back. Breaking 70. Fort Mill is next Thursday breaking. I will drop the graphic probably tomorrow with the details. Again, it'll get going at 6:00, just like every other event. Next Thursday, which will be August the 11th, we will be at the Fort Mill Carolina Ale House. Next Thursday, August the 11th. So mark it on your calendar, Breaking 70. David Barnes, here we go. Let's jump into the questions. What tailgate food are you most looking forward to 29 days from now, smoking pork ribs with the Arkansas game? David, whatever my crew has. I don't know what's on the menu. I don't really know what's on the menu. I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to tailgate food. So whatever they've got on the menu, my man, I will consume it. I will consume it. I'm all good with that. Let's see. Garrett says Rattler's 30 to 40-yard passes look so effortless on these videos coming from Cannon. I mean, the dude's got a cannon, Garrett. We all know this. The dude's got a cannon. Shouldn't come as any surprise, I don't think. Todd Smith says, Chris, just wanted to thank you for doing the Daily Crow podcast because I've shared with you before. I'm a truck driver listening to yesterday's this morning. Todd, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. I love to know that, you know, our efforts to drive more value are working. Yeah, just guys, in case you missed it, stop what you're doing right now or while you're doing this. Go to iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, go subscribe, right? Go subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. The Daily Crow podcast. The Daily Crow podcast. And I will be dropping the link every single day. So if you can't find it, look for the link around. It's not going to be around. I'm going to schedule it every day. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to be live 12 to 2 is normal, right? Tune in live. Leave your questions. Call in. Interact. Be a part of the show. But for those that can only catch a little bit or can't catch any of it, and you want to listen to the Daily Crow, it's now available in podcast form. So what we'll do our normal show noon to 2. I will chop up the audio right after this, and the podcast will publish every day, Monday through Friday, at 3 o'clock. I'm going to schedule it for 3 o'clock. So it's a consistent time. You know exactly when it's coming out. Monday through Friday at 3 o'clock, the podcast will drop at that time. So, and again, I did that because like Todd Smith just said, he's a truck driver. I know there's others of you that whatever your schedule is, right? It's just much easier to consume the show via a podcast form than to go back and try to watch it on YouTube or watch a Facebook video and you're trying to do other things, right? There's just no way to, it's not really a convenient thing. So I thought to myself, this will be something that can drive immense value. And even if you tune in live, right? If you only catch bits and pieces or there's an interview we do that you want to hear, right? We're having Garcia on the show every Monday. We had Dante Reno on the show. We've had Kelsey Quarles call in. There's a lot of cool conversations. We have a lot of cool a lot of cool interviews we do. So if there's anything you want to go back and listen to, now you can do that in podcast form. I'm really excited for that. Again, of course, in the podcast, guys, we will cut out all the dead space. So like the 5-minute breaks, for example, there's not just going to be 5 minutes of dead space. So I'm really excited for that. Really, really pumped for that. I think that's something that's going to be a huge value add for us. And you guys give me feedback and let me know your thoughts. But yeah, Liam Carney. Liam must have been living under a rock the last couple of weeks. Yeah, Liam, Steven Garcia, every Monday is on this show. I don't know, Liam, if you follow us on social media or not. If you don't, at the Spurs Up Show. I've been posting clips from those conversations. Yes, the Steven Garcia joining us every single Monday, 12:15 to 12:45, and that will run all the way at minimum through the end of the football season. So make sure you tune in on Mondays. David Barnes says, CDC podcast definitely helps me out. Usually catch the show after work. We don't have enough service for the whole YouTube video, and I can download the podcast. Have no issues listening in BFE. Yeah, David, hey, like I said, it's made for you, my friend. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. JD, predicting the most improved position group, receiving, O-line, or linebacker. That's a good question, JD. Which one of those three will be the most improved position group? Receivers, offensive line, or linebacker? I feel like O-line is such the easy answer because, like I mentioned yesterday, and I just posted the clip this morning, the O-line has nowhere to go but up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's such a simple answer, right? Because it's impossible for them to be worse. It's impossible, right? So I think I got to go O-line. I mean, I think the receivers will be improved, obviously, adding Rucker and Wells. I'll tell you this, too. You know what we're not talking about a lot? I was thinking about this morning. Garrett talked about Rattler and his throwing ability, and obviously it's great to see the videos coming out of camp. Rattler's arm strength. I mean, he's got the most immense arm talent we've seen in quite some time. But I feel like the factor, the kicker in all this that we're not talking about when it comes to the receivers, right? Like we're talking about how good is Josh Van. And we look at his numbers from last year. How good is Josh Van with Spencer Rattler throwing to him? How much better is the receiver room with Spencer Rattler at the helm? You know, Do we see a couple of guys that have been sort of pedestrian players to this point? Do we see a couple of guys have their best seasons in garnet and black? Do we see a Jalen Brooks? Do we see a Xavier Legette? Is Dak Joyner a better receiver than I'm giving him credit for? Do we see I don't know, Omega Blake, an Amarian Brown? Are there guys that aren't those household names that we sort of look at as meh, average guy, not okay, just an okay receiver? How much can Rattler elevate the receiver room? Right? I mean, I still think your top pass catchers are going to be Josh Vann, Antoine Wells, Jaheim Bell, Corey Rucker. I think Legette could factor in, Stogg. I think the guys on the outside looking in are probably going to be guys like Brooks, Joyner. I don't see them. Whose reps do they take? That is my question. Whose reps do they take? You know what I mean? Lynn Turner, here's a good question. How good is Josh Vann when there are other options and they can't focus on him? I mean, again, I'm not taking anything away from Antoine Wells. I just don't understand why people are so quick to, or just are forgetting that Josh Vann exists. They're forgetting he exists. I mean, I got my guy Austin Greer yesterday. He's just hands down convinced that Wells is just worlds better than Vann. I'm not saying he might not be, but like, what evidence do you have that says that? What on-field evidence do you have other than your insiders and what they've told you from practice? We're talking about practice. Go do it in an SEC game. That ain't taking anything away from Wells. It's more so I'm just trying to give credit to Vann. Give Josh Vann some credit. But again, this is a great combo to be having, because the combo last year at this time was, who the hell's going to catch the football? We don't even have options. Who do we even have a wide receiver one? Now we're arguing of who it is. Is it Vann? Is it Wells? Is Bell, while you may not call him wide receiver one, is he the number one option in the passing game? Is he your number one option? I'm excited, man. I'm I love creating content, and I love breaking things down in the preseason and giving projections. I'm so ready for toe to meet leather, man. I'm so ready. I'm so pumped. I really am. I mean, guys, I don't just say that to say it. I'm fired up. I'm very fired up. I'm as excited for a Carolina football season as I've been in quite a while. I mean, obviously I was pumped last year, but again, it's like I told you all before. Last year we were excited because it was just a change. It was something different. Thank goodness we didn't have the last guy at head coach anymore. Right. So just the feeling of something new was the exciting part. Now there's real on-field reason to be hype, right? And it's been a little bit, since I could really sit there and say that. It's been a little bit, So I'm pumped. I mean, I tell you guys again, I get a good gauge of the pulse, the pulse of Gamecock Nation doing these events, right, at Ale House via social media. And it's just like, when you feel the level of hype and excitement right now on August the 5th, I just can't even imagine. And I can't wait to see what it's going to be like September and going throughout this season. And this is a fan base. I mean, I think we all know this, but this is a fan base that is just waiting to explode. And I mean that in a positive. I mean, this is a fan base that's just waiting to blow the top off and take college football by storm. Truly. We are just like on the edge, can taste it. You know what I mean? So, I just can't wait to see what happens. What happens? It's going to be a hell of a ride. If we know anything about Carolina football, it's going to be one hell of a ride. By the way, side note, shout out to my guys over at Saturday Down South for featuring yours truly in an article. All right? Yours truly made I don't know if it's still up there. Yours truly made the homepage at Saturday Down South. My video talking about the Beamer Ball ass tat, right? It's not still on the homepage anymore, which is fine. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Garrett H. Does Rattler's first game have more attendance than Beamer's first game last year? Well, Garrett H., this is also Beamer's first game of his second year. I get what you're asking, though. I think the attendance, I think it'll be a little more. I don't think it's a sellout. I think it'll be a little more. I'll be intrigued to see that. But I still just think Garrett, and maybe, listen, maybe the whole Costco deal, maybe that helps get people in the stadium. I'd love to see that. Yeah, so maybe it helps. I think it'll be a little bit more. I don't think it's a sellout. I think it's a little more than last year. Here we go. The real USC. First time, long time here. If I remember correctly, you got granted a media pass. When does that kick in? And what media access were you provided? The real USC. I don't know if this clicked or not. Let me get to that
Will
after this. Let me get to that after this. I want
to accept, press 1.
Will, what's going on, man? How are you?
Good, man. It's football season officially.
It is, man. They're on the field. So it feels good. Football's back. It's in the air. And 4 weeks we'll be kicking it off, man. So very excited.
So I got a hot take for you. So the 10-game bet is a much scarier bet to make than the make the tournament bet with Frank Martin. Like, I feel like this bet, I don't think we're going to win 10 games, but I think that you have a bigger chance of getting this ass tattoo than you did before, if that makes any sense. I want your thoughts on that.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, what people don't realize, or maybe they do, I would love nothing more than to have to get that tattoo. Like, would love nothing more. I mean, it's if we win 10 games, life will be golden. I mean, what difference will it make? Life will be golden. I mean, so yeah, no, I mean, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think it's probably a better chance than the whole making the tournament thing. Although I will say, when I made that bet, I was like, there's a lot of basketball to be played. So I was like, if we went on some crazy run, but I'd love, like I said, I'd love to.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd love to have to get it. I mean, I don't think we're going to win 10 games either. And I mean, like think about it. Like, if we go 10-2, we're literally like damn near winning the SEC East. That just to me sounds insane.
But that's technically 10-3 as well, though, right? That would still be 9-3 with a bowl win.
Yeah, 9-3 with a bowl win, which would still to me be an insane season.
Right.
Would still be an insane.
No, absolutely.
Season, so.
Absolutely. I'm excited, man. Either way, man, it's just it's great for football to be back, and just a lot of positivity and good momentum. And I love to see you out there getting that pub on Saturday down south. That was cool.
Wild.
But,
wild.
See, they're starting to notice you, bro. That's a good thing.
Yeah, no,
anyway, I'll hang up. I just wanted to say my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, no, Will, I appreciate it, man. Brother. Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, later, man.
Always a pleasure to chat with you. Now, I appreciate those guys over at Saturday Down South. They've always been good to me. We always interact on social media, and obviously Marler and O'Gara are two of my really good buddies, and whoever the guy running their social media now, he's a good dude too. That was very funny. Back to again, I want to get to this really quickly. Back to the real USC, asking about media pass, media access. When does that kick in? The real USC, I don't know if you realize that was an April Fool's joke. I'm really sorry to let you down. Or I don't know, maybe you're asking this question sarcastically. That was an April Fool's joke, my guy. What's funny about that is that it's a very believable thing, because I'll just go out. I'll just say it proudly, loudly, and proudly. I mean, we are the biggest, baddest Gamecocks entity out there. So it's very believable that we would get. But, guys, it's just I understand what media credentials means to the common fan, right? It's this validation that, like, oh, you you got media credentials. You're legit. And I used to think that when I first started. But guys, I'm just here to tell you, media credentials mean nothing. They mean literally nothing. I mean, you get to go to practice. Like, honestly, bro, would it be cool to go? Like, it would have been cool to go today, right? Do I want to go to every practice to watch them stretch and do the basic whatever? The simple answer is no. I don't want to do that. I'd rather be doing the Daily Crow. I'd rather be creating merch. I'd rather be at an event. I'd rather be creating content. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain things, and that's, we could go into a long discussion about this, but there are certain things that like a Gamecock Central does, a Big Spur does, the state do. And this is not me knocking them. It's just like, that's what traditional media does. Their business model is centered around having this media access and these credentials so that they can go to these events and report what's happening, right? We don't really do that. I mean, I do that somewhat, right? Things that are of interest. I do that somewhat, but I give opinions. I'm an opinion guy. That's what I do, right? I'm not an insider. Building the network I've built, you run into information. You can't help but do so. That's why I always laugh. People say that I read message boards. Number one, I've never had an account, right? Number two, like, you really think at this point, with the network we've built, you don't think I know anybody? Like, anyone? Bro, I got dudes hitting me up that are on the current staff DMing me. TSUS is in there. Like, if I really prided myself on being an insider, I could be one. I could be one. I could be the best and biggest insider in the game if that was really my MO. If I really wanted to pride myself on that, I could do it. But I don't really want to. I like being the opinion content creator, not the insider. But media credentials, man, they mean nothing. They mean absolutely nothing. Jimmy Mendillo, all caps. Don't flex, my G. Stay humble. Jimmy, I don't think I'm not being humble. I'm just calling it as is. No, I mean, listen, I got nothing but love for all the other media entities, by the way. Everybody has a role. Everybody has the way they provide value to Gamecock fans. The winners are Gamecock fans. The winners are Gamecock fans, right? Because there are so many great options, quality options for South Carolina content, right? But again, you know, I would say, but it's so funny, man. I mean, I can't tell you the amount of times that I've come across information that was accurate, but the information game is such an ego-driven game. It is. Again, we could go off on a whole tangent about this. So I won't spend too much longer, but it's such an ego-driven game. G.G. Jackson, for example, guys. I knew a guy that was at Peach Jam that this was like a week or however long Peach Jam was before he committed, that GG told him, hey, I'm a Gamecock. Just keep it on the low. I could have gone on Twitter and been like, hey, per sources. And people would have gotten pissed at that. Why? Why would they have gotten pissed? Because it's ego. Because people don't like, he knows something I don't. That people don't like that. It hurts. Why does he know something I don't know? It's all ego-driven. It's bullshit. That's what it is. It's just all bullshit. So I'd rather be reacting to it, giving opinions on it, than lead with this ego. Beat my chest. I know something you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, and that's fine. Hey, Rivals and 24/7 have made incredible businesses out of it. Their business model. But that's why, too, I say, like, all due respect, because, again, they do a great job to the Big Spur, Gamecock Central. All due respect to them. They're not competition for us. We might cover the same subject matter, but it's not competition. Because as Michael Schuford just put, right, I actually think TSUS complements those entities beautifully, because you can be subscribed or whatever the hell you are to Gamecock Central, the Big Spur, and get something out of them, and then go to TSUS, and we provide a completely different experience, a unique experience. And that goes back to when I started in the beginning. I didn't want to be some paid subscription service. I wanted to keep content free because I knew myself. I can get this chair. I knew myself as a consumer. I didn't want to pay for content. I didn't want my stuff behind a paywall. I didn't again, I'd never never was I'm going to pay for whatever content. I'm just not going to do it. Nobody wants to pay for content. Nobody does. And I mean, guys, like, I'll be honest with you, Twitter is like its own message board. Again, I'm not knocking the message board, game, but we all know, man, there's so many rumors and counter circles that are like the worst kept secrets ever. Like shit gets out. If you're connected enough to the USC circles and all, like, it gets out, bro. Like there ain't nothing that's private. Info is info. It gets out. It becomes public knowledge before you know it. But anyways, no, I do not have media credentials. And it's a good thing I don't, because number one, I don't want USC's muzzle put on me because it wouldn't last long. I'd say something. Hell, I'd say probably what I said yesterday about the ass tattoo. They'd be like, nope, actually forget it. I value creative control and freedom in a means to operate my business in the way that I see fit versus access to events that are literally streamed on YouTube for the masses to watch. Well, you can't ask questions. What answers are they going to give me? Hey, Coach Beamer, the over-under in Vegas is 6.5. Would you take the over-under? You think he's going to answer that question? Hell no. And they're going to be like, we don't like that question. You're out. So, dude, I'm just here to tell you guys, I know for, again, the common fan, like, media credentials is some big deal. It really isn't. It's not. It's like, it's the, you know what? Let me put it to you this way. I don't know what you guys think is cool about media credentials, whether it be, I guess, going to practices or getting to talk to players or like go into games for free, right? Because you get to sit in the press box. You know what's cooler than media credentials? Doing all the things I just mentioned and having creative control. Because I still talk to players. I talk to coaches on DMs. I go to games for free. I'm not trying to flex. I'm just saying, like, media credentials, they're not all they're cracked up to be. I'm just putting it out there. Anyways, all right, we'll get off that. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. But yeah, I'm sorry, Real USC, for the April Fool's joke. Michael Shuford. Any chance of a Beamer Ball tie-dye hoodie like the Beamer Rattler ones? Yes, Michael, we have those available. They're already available. We had those from last season. Yeah, go to the store, go to the Beamer Ball collection. You should see them there. Yes, we have the Beamer Ball tie-dye hoodies in black and garnet. Yeah, Michael, those have been available, like I said, since last season. So please check them out. Those things are fire, too. I'm telling you, the tie-dye hoodies, they're sick, man. I love it. I mean, I'm a summer guy. I love the summer, but I can't wait. I can't wait for cooler weather just to rock those hoodies. Those hoodies are incredible. Luke RJ. Chris, apparently the Costco deal on tickets was across the country at some other schools also. Barstool Sports shared a tweet about Rutgers having the same deal. It wasn't just South Carolina. Yeah, there's other schools. I saw like Oregon had it too. So, hey, listen, schools understand. I mean, I don't think this was probably even just a South Carolina thing. This was probably across the board, man. I think a lot of schools are probably doing this. So, hey, whatever you got to do to get butts in the seats, man. Listen, I like it. Folks that can't normally go to games, now they've got an opportunity. We talked about it yesterday. I like it. Cocky Twan says, media credentials are the shit, Chris. Did you mean to put they are shit or they are the shit? Joey Guyton, do you think we get the commitment from Tree? Yeah, I think Tree's a Gamecock. Yeah, I think he's a Gamecock lock. That's just my guess. I mean, again, I don't know. I don't know. Haven't heard anything specifically, but just all signs point to that Tree will indeed be a Gamecock. Yes. Hmm. Justin, like normally I wouldn't even give light to this, but like Justin Langford asked, any thoughts on the Griner case? Justin, what would make you think that you would come to this show and like that's what we would discuss? I haven't kept up with any of it, bro, to be honest with you. Like I said, I don't speak on things that I'm not well versed on and familiar with, and so I'm not even going to comment on it. What a Justin, I love you, but what a wild question. What a wild question. Like, does anybody tune into this show wanting to know my thoughts on things of that nature? Does anybody? I mean, like I said, Justin, all love. I think it's kind of funny, but I appreciate you wanting to know my opinion. I just really don't have one because again, I haven't kept up with that saga, and I'm not going to speak on something that I'm not. See, I feel like if more people took that attitude to things, we'd have a lot less problems in the world. If everybody said, I'm going to stay in my lane, right? I'm not going to speak on things that I'm not well versed in, right? We'd have a lot less problems in the world. We really would. We really would. I mean, think about it. Think about it. You know, you hear somebody talk politics. It's like, are you a political scientist? You hear somebody talk medical. It's like, are you a doctor? Like, then what are you talking about? I mean, I'm not saying don't have an opinion, but people so willingly every day make themselves like ignorant fools. Every day, willingly do it. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm not trying to get off subject, but it's just like, you know, I'm not going to go on a rant about something that I ain't got a clue about. You know what I mean? So I'm just not going to do it. Let's see. Tommy Wallace, is the first play from scrimmage a pass or run, and who's going to get targeted? What do you think? You think we go conservative, or do we go try to go for the big? I think first play is a run, Christian Bill Smith handoff. I think Christian Bill Smith gets the first carry of the year. I know a lot of folks argue, by the way, on social media. You know, I see so much of it on social media about Marshawn Lloyd, that he'll be RB1. He might be, but I need to see it. Marshawn Lloyd, this is a huge, in my opinion, preseason camp for Marshawn Lloyd. Huge, right? Set the tone now. We saw him in the spring game. You know, looked closer to form than he did last year. We all have high hopes and expectations for Marshawn. And I've said before, you know, you hate to say there's more pressure on a guy because how many stars he was coming out of high school, right? Because once you get on campus, them stars don't mean anything. But as I've mentioned before, again, that you don't get enough 5 stars at Carolina to miss on them at this point, at least. And so it's like you'd really like to get the most out of a guy like Marshawn Lloyd. And because you feel like you've seen it on tape, you know it's there. You know it's in there. Second year coming off the injury. You feel like the sky's the limit for him. Just got to see it. Just got to see it. So this preseason camp, there might not be a guy on this roster who preseason camp is more important for, I think, than Marshawn Lloyd. Set the tone. Be ready to break out week 1. Because I just think there are so many options in that running back room. Like, guys, we don't have time to wait till week, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Marshawn, figure it out. It's like, I say this. If he's not putting up numbers by week 3 against Georgia, them carries have got to go elsewhere. Juju's got to touch the football, man. There's just other guys that can produce. There's just other guys that can produce. It ain't nothing personal, man. It's business. We're trying to win. We're trying to win. We got to get the most productive guys out there. Joey Guyton. Marshawn said that the Gamecocks won't be a 7-16 this year and for everyone to, quote, to just watch. Yeah, Joey. I mean, Marshawn wins the interview every time. You know, he said a lot of stuff like that before. You know, I think he said last year before the season, grab your popcorn, you know, talking about him running the football. So, you know, I love Marshawn, the fact he like I said, he loves to win the interview. Let's see it on field. A seat on the field. I mean, he does. He loves to win the interview. Ken's Benz, would you give a testicle for a football national championship? Jesus Christ. Can you still have children with one? Is that possible? I'm asking a genuine question. Because if it was, I think if it would unaffect like my future as a human being, then I would consider it. What an interesting question from you, Kinsmans. What interesting. Kinsmans, would you? Or are you a lady and that doesn't apply to you? Maybe that's why you're asking the question. Again, guys, fall camp has begun. Very exciting stuff. Gamecocks practice this morning. We did drop the full practice schedule. So, exciting times. Football's here. Exciting times. Brett Russ confirms you only need one. Taki Twan says, I think Christian Beal-Smith might be better than Juju. Well, I mean, Christian Beal-Smith did lead Wake Forest in rushing last year. So, hey, there's only one guy on this roster who's led a Power 5 team or a team in general in rushing yards in a season, and it's Christian Beal-Smith. So, I mean, yeah, I'm excited for Beal-Smith. James Kendall says, need to have snipers in the tower to drop anyone that gets close to QB1. Dude, James, I said this on the pod. I'm sure you might have heard it this morning. Dude, anybody that hits Rattler in preseason camp, cut them. I'm straight up cut them. Pull their scholarship. If you're that dumb, you're out. See ya. At minimum, they should be suspended for a game. I'm not even joking. That's the rule. Do not touch the quarterback. Do not touch him. Don't even think about hitting him. Don't even think about it. Protect your quarterback. Brett Russ says he'd give a toe for a national title. You know, I'd like to think my favorite team, Brett, could win at a high level without doing such a thing, honestly. I'd like to think so. Dude Raw for Show says, who's your sleeper standout, offense and defense? Sleeper on offense, Trey Kenyon at the tight end position. I think Trey is going to play really good football for us. On the defensive side, sleeper would be because a lot of our defensive guys are like known commodities, you know. I think Brad Johnson, a guy nobody's, not many are talking about. Not many are talking about. I'll go Brad Johnson. Guys, we are rocking and rolling here on this Friday. TGIF. It's going to be a great weekend. Looking forward to it. So I appreciate y'all, man. Check out the podcast if you have not done so. But the 685 top 5 storylines going into fall camp, as well as our opponent preview. As our opponent preview series continues, we talk the Florida Gators. Guys, we're going to jump into our first break. We want to continue to hear from you, more of your questions, your comments, your calls, and more. On the other side, you're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls as well. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. We'd love to hear from you guys. Marquise Riley says, hello, TSUS. I'm a lurker and live here in Georgia. A lurker. He says, I follow Georgia, but I must say I enjoy watching your show. Nothing but respect for your podcast. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I welcome all fans. I mean, whoever, you know what I mean? We've had a lot of opposing fans tune into our shows. So I appreciate you. Glad you can find entertainment and value in it, my guy. I'm glad you can. By the way, I want to point this out from earlier. Rebecca says her and Martin have broken up. So her and Martin have broken up, and that's the latest update on that. Just thought y'all might want to know. Eric Reese, what's up, my man? Appreciate you. What's up? Dude, appreciate your hard work. The graphics have been incredible. Thank you so much, my guy. Thank you so much. Again, guys, we're taking your questions, comments. Pod dropped this morning. We're talking fall camp. Football is back. Gamecocks at the practice field this morning. Of course, there was a lot of media availability yesterday from Shane Beamer and tons of players, assistant coaches. So if you guys want to check that out, that's all on YouTube, all that good stuff. Yeah, so really, really exciting, man. It's right around the corner. Tomorrow will be 4 more Saturdays. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, we're practically there. We're practically there. Again, guys, want to reiterate, thank you to those who came out last night. Downtown Greenville, we had a blast. Had a blast. Eric Reese, how often do you host Twitter Spaces? Eric, not as often as some, not as often as others. And the reason, Eric, is like, I mean, again, bro, like I create content 24/7. We go live for 2 hours a day, right? Like at some point, man, it's like when do you run out of things to really discuss? I like Twitter Spaces. I think they're cool. You know, I might try to do them a little bit more in the season, but I can't say I do them a lot at this point. You know, I can't say they're a super frequent thing right now. Michael Cavalier says, does Satterfield change up his play calls, mixes up his base play calls to more of what Rattler wants to do? Well, Michael, obviously he's gonna cater his offensive scheme and system to what Rattler can do and what he's good at. So yeah, I mean, I think certainly it would be foolish not to cater the offense to Spencer Rattler, your quarterback. Carter Bingham, who had the better arm talent, Lorenzo Nunez or Connor Mitch? Definitely Connor Mitch. Lorenzo Nunez's biggest problem was that he couldn't throw the football. So definitely Connor Mitch. God, those are just two names right there, though. Wesley Bishop, over under 2.5 touchdowns week 1 for Rattler. I'm going over. I'll go over. Over 2.5. Yep, over 2.5. That reminds me, by the way, our friends over at Prize Picks, obviously, they are a sponsor of the show. And they're coming on in a much bigger way. This season as one of our top sponsors. One of our top sponsors of the business, the podcast, everything we do. Really excited for that. That reminds me, though, they've actually got college football future plays available. Let's see if they have. They do have Rattler, dude. I love this bet. I love this bet. They've got futures, okay? Prop plays again for college players. The over/under. Y'all ready? The over/under on Spencer Rattler passing yards this season, 2,775.5. I think that is the easiest bet of this entire season. That to me is a no-brainer bet. Like, dude, right after we get off TDC, here's what you need to do. I'm going to post a screenshot of that play, right, of that available. With the TSUS promo code, you sign up today, you get a 100% deposit match using the promo code TSUS at sign up. Here's what I suggest. Go sign up at prizepicks.com or go download the app. Sign up with that promo code, get your match, and put all of it on that over. Guys, 2,775 is not even that much. I mean, we got people asking, Luke RJ thinks Spencer Rattler's going to break the single season passing yards record. And that's like 3,600 yards. Luke RJ's got him going over by 1,000. So if you're Luke RJ, if you're anybody out there, I would tell you, taking the no garnet glasses, over 2,800, we'll just say, that is the easiest money you will make all season. Again, I will post that right after this. That to me is a no-brainer bet. Eric Reese, has the Roach King ever mentioned a story about him and Spurrier getting into it the Thursday before the Alabama game in 2010? I've never heard that, Eric, and he's never said anything. He's never said anything. Never. I've never heard anything. Let's jump to the phone lines here.
Robbie Davis, a.k.a. Kirk Street.
To accept, press 1.
Robbie, what's up, man? How are you?
What's up,
Is
Philly?
that Yunkel Boudreaux out here in the background? Is that Yunkel Boudreaux in the background?
No.
Oh,
he's at work.
I thought I heard him. Okay.
He's on a tractor.
I'm hearing things.
But in a couple of hours, we'll be heading our way towards Joanna and Spartanburg, Greenville area, though.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
So, but I wanted to come on here and say that I'm so ready. We got 4 weeks from tomorrow. The season kicks off, right? I am starting to get the itch, okay, because I was watching the game against Florida, okay, just because I was bored, all right? Had nothing. I didn't know what to watch. I was like, screw it, I'm going to watch the football game against Florida from last year. Screw it, I don't care. Who gives a damn? I don't care. I watched it, right? And although our run defense was absolutely just at times unbearable to watch, okay, I don't know what they did that week of practice of the Florida game last year, but whatever they did, do it again. Okay, because we basically, in a way, shut Florida's running game down last season. Okay, shut them down. They couldn't do squat except pass the ball. And if you make a team one-dimensional where they can only do one thing, the odds of you winning that football game skyrocket. Because you know they can't do one thing. They're going to do one or two things, and that's going to be run or pass. And if you stop them from doing one thing and force them to do another, especially something they're not that good at, your chances of winning skyrocket exponentially, okay? So I am hoping to see us play that way all season long, no matter who the opponent is. Gang tackle the living dog doo-doo out of them. I don't care. The more people that hit somebody, especially whenever it's a running back, guess what? He's going to eventually tell that OC or tell that QB, don't give me the ball no more. I don't want to get hit no more. It hurts. Well, sorry, you play running back, so you're going to get hit. So you got to be prepared to get hit if you're a running back. But if you hit them enough, they're going to get tired of it, and they're going to be scared to run the football.
Impose your will. Impose your will. I love it, Robbie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Impose
Physicality.
your will and make their life a living hell for 60 minutes. Make them regret even putting on the uniform, putting on the pads. I know I'm saying it in the wrong order, but who gives a damn? I don't care. I don't give a damn what somebody thinks of me. I don't care. But I don't make them regret putting on the uniform and coming out there because they already know in the back of their mind they in for a dog fight for 60 minutes. You laughing at me?
I'm just letting you go. I'm fired up. I'm fired up, man.
Like, seriously, okay? I don't give a damn what the spread is against Arkansas or what the spread is against Texas A&M. You go in there, I don't give a damn. Make them earn it. If they're gonna beat you, make them earn it. Damn it, make them earn it. I don't give a damn. Don't let them just come up in there and beat us like a government mule. And I do believe that our defensive staff will have us ready to go this season, even though we lost some very good players this past year. Okay. Do I think there are some people on the defense that have that need to prove a little bit of something? Yes, there is. There are some players on the defensive line that need to prove that they're better than what they've been showing. Okay. Same with the offensive line. All right. Like I've said over and over again, I'm hoping that they put the right players at offensive and defensive line this year. Okay. Because last year it was like we couldn't block nobody. Okay. Our offense was, yes, the Florida game, yes, for some reason, God smiled on the Gamecocks that night, and we played very well. But that was last year. Last year's out the window. I don't care. How are we going to do this year? That is the question.
I love it. I can't wait. I can't wait. Go ahead.
Here's what I would tell the offensive line. Look, block them, but if you can't get to them, just get in the way long enough for whoever has the ball to get at least 5 to 6 yards. Because if you're averaging 5 to 6 yards a pop, guess what? You're probably going to get that first down if you're averaging 5 to 6 yards a pop, okay? No matter if it's a pass play, a run play, a screen play, I don't care. A QB sneak, I don't care. Or a QB draw, whatever. If you're averaging 5 to 6 yards a pop, guess what? That defense is going to stay on the field, and that defense is going to eventually get tired and start grabbing their hips, and then that is whenever you go for the jugular. That's whenever you go for the kill. You smell the blood in the water, and you go for the kill.
Go for the kill. I love that. Dude, I love that. Put that on a t-shirt. Go for the kill. We some killers on defense. We some killers on this team.
Not literally. Just make them wish they never even got on the field. Because, like I've said before, the second we kick the ball off in 4 weeks, all the hoopla, all the off-season hoopla, out the dang window. It's all up from the time that ball is kicked. It's all about who prepared better and who wants it more. And I am telling you, and I have said this before, I truly believe that Beamer and this coaching staff is building something very special at South Carolina. I absolutely believe that.
And if the offense don't click, Satterfield, get out.
Get out. Don't let the throw hit you with a good load split you. Get out. I will figure out a way to get up there, and I will make sure he gets his crap and gets out if the offense don't work this year. So Beamer, if you need some extra muscle to get somebody out of there, I'll do it. I don't care. I don't care.
Need somebody to help him clean his office out. Robbie's on it.
I will be there, and it don't take me that. It won't take that long to get up there. I just got to figure out how to get up there.
Yeah. Orangeburg to Columbia, it ain't that far.
Hey, from my house to Cola is like 53 minutes, so a little less than an hour.
That's it. Don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you.
But with our offensive coach coming back, right? Because obviously he was gone all season last year, right? Hopefully that does make a difference, right? Hopefully it does. But I'm really just really excited for this year. I can't wait to see, everything that's going to happen. I still think we're going to go 8-4. I'm sticking with my prediction the way it is. I'm not going to change nothing. But I still do believe that we're going to wind up shocking some people. I think we're going to pull off an upset or two. I really do.
I love it, man. I can't wait. I mean, I know we all feel the same, but I can't wait, man. It's gonna be a blast. 29 days,
Yeah,
Robbie. 29 days.
29 more days until we watch Gamecocks, baby. And it ain't gonna be watching them in a scrimmage or nothing. It's gonna be legit.
You're not gonna be there week 1 though, right? You're not gonna be at Georgia State.
I might not. I don't know yet. I'm gonna talk to my mama and I'm gonna talk to my mom and my stepdad and be like, hey, if you can get me a ticket, and I find a way to get up there, I want to be there, okay? And I will definitely be at the game against South Carolina State. I will definitely be at that one because I'm gonna take my cousin to that one.
Well, that'll be a fun time because we ought to whoop that ass. So.
Oh yeah. No disrespect to State.
No, it's. I hope we disrespectfully beat their ass.
But it's going to be an ass whooping.
I hope we.
It's going to be an ass whooping.
I hope we disrespectfully beat their ass.
Yeah, you may be the national champion in y'all's little circle, but we fixing to pay y'all to receive an ass whooping. That's what's going to happen. So, but yeah, that's all I got. My dad's competing in that competition tonight. By the way, winner I think gets $250.
Dude, hey, I was gonna say, man, your mom ought to hit up Costco, man. Take advantage of that deal at $90. Seriously, bro, it's 2 tickets, all you can eat food,
I'll
parking spot. You can go to any game, $90, 2 tickets. You got no excuse now.
Yeah, I got no excuse now.
None, zero.
No,
zero.
No excuse. I will. Hey, bro. I'll make sure that happens. I will talk to her probably at some point this weekend, if not right after I get off the phone. But yeah, that's all I got. You have yourself a great weekend and go Gamecocks, and the heck with Clemson, you bunch of purple pants wearing bird poop on the helmet wearing losers. losers.
L7 weenies.
Level 7 weenies. Bunch of losers. All right, buddy. You have a great weekend and go Gamecocks.
Robbie, appreciate it, my man. Have a great weekend.
Yep.
All right, brother. Take care. Robbie's something else, man. Robbie's something else. Guys, phone lines are open. 843-790-3377. I saw this in the chat, and I want to bring this up, or I just want to address it, if you will. What have you? Just talk about it for a sec. We got some folks going back and forth on South Carolina, and we love uniform talk, right? We got 29 days to kick, 29 days till toe meets leather, and we love uniform talk this time of year. And it's always around this time of year that the topic of having a blackout gets brought up. And I don't really understand folks' hesitation for South Carolina football to have a blackout, because the number one opposition to it is, well, Chris, we've never won wearing all black, which is incorrect. We have. But people say, we've never won wearing all black. Every time we do a blackout, we lose. What's our record wearing all black? Guys, what's our record wearing every uniform we have in our rotation? What is the winning uniform? What is the uniform we wear where we're undefeated wearing that uniform? And if there is one, why do we not wear it more often? Should we stop wearing all white because we've lost games in all white? Should we stop wearing, I don't know, white garnet white because we haven't won all the games wearing that? What difference does it make? We have black in our color scheme. As much as I love the white helmet, right? An all black look. South Carolina, one of your colors is black. There are teams that force wearing black. Tennessee comes to mind, right? There are other teams that don't even have black really in their color scheme, and they rock it just because. We have black. I think once a year we should do all black. We should do a blackout. That would be fun. That would be cool. But to insinuate, well, we can't have a blackout because our record wearing all black isn't great. Our record isn't great wearing anything. What difference does it make? Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. I say wear all black against Tennessee this year. I think that would be an incredible look. It feels right when we play them to wear all black. That's all I'm saying. Guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into another break, but I want to continue to hear from you. More of your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. I just want to say this, guys. Thank y'all for, again, the love and support on everything. I do want to say, too, when you do things like using a promo code at SeatGeek, using a promo code with Prize Picks, or, you interact with our partners, our sponsors, you show love to them because you support us. I just want y'all to know, you might think that's something that's small and insignificant. You might think, oh, that doesn't really matter but like, it does. Like, I'm here to tell you folks, it does. It means a lot. I get feedback from these people, and you guys have always shown love. So I'm just letting y'all know. I'm letting y'all know it means a lot, and it is appreciated. And I want to say thank you again. I just got feedback from our friends at Prize Picks, because obviously, they have come on to TSUS as a legitimate sponsor, business partner, if you will, for the season. But in the meantime, we're still doing our promo code, TSUS, all that good stuff. And I do their ad read on the show and all that. And like, I just got feedback from them, and it's just overwhelmingly positive. So I just want y'all to know that means a lot. Like, it really does. I don't want you to think it's, it's just whatever. And I'm so grateful. And honestly, guys, that's one of my selling points. When we partner up with people, and I have, talks with potential business partners, it's like, guys, I'm here to tell you what's exciting is I have an audience that really resonates with what I say. Like and I'm not, because I feel like we have this trust. You guys trust in me. Like, I would not bring on a business partner that wasn't going to positively benefit the business and the show, and in turn positively benefit you all, right? I wouldn't just partner up with somebody for a check. Like, obviously the money is the gas that goes in the tank, that goes in the car, that is the business. But if it doesn't make sense for the end consumer, right, I would never make a business deal that would compromise the value of this show and the value of this business for y'all. You know what I mean? So I just want y'all to know how appreciative and grateful I am, because it's you all that separate TSUS from everybody else. So thank you. I wanted you all to know how appreciative I am of that, how grateful I am of that. Ken Thorpe, will you be showing Tree's announcement? I will not. We'll wrap this thing up, guys, at 2:00, and I'm going to tune in to the announcement. I don't know if he's even going live. I don't know if it's a graphic. I don't know exactly what the deal is with that, but we're going to wrap up at 2 like normal, and then I'm going to take off and check out Tree's announcement. So, Luke RJ, if Rattler breaks that over Prize Pick bet on 2,775 yards, then you know what else definitely hits is that over win total of 6.5 wins. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, I think if Rattler, Luke RJ throws for 3,000 yards or more, the Gamecocks win 7 or more games. That's fair. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, what's good for Rattler is good for Carolina. So if he balls out, has a great year, then guess what? The Gamecocks are probably going to have a pretty good season. I think those things go hand in hand, my guy. I think those things go hand in hand. Let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from
Garbage.
All right, so Young Savage, I'm going to block your number if you do this one more time. I'm not even joking. Young Savage from Allendale. Dude loves to call in. I answer the call, and he hangs up. Young Savage, when you call in, we can't understand what you're saying anyways. So the fact I'm still taking your calls is, but if you call in again and you leave your name and you hang up, I'm going to block your number so you can never call in again. I'm just putting that out there. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my time, my guy. I don't appreciate that. Anyways. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let me hear from you guys. Again, fall camp's gotten going. Top 5 storylines heading into fall camp on today's podcast, as well as the opponent preview series. It's when you talk fall camp, we all get excited. Realistically, again, there's not a ton that we can pull from fall camp, and in the sense of like conclusions, right? In the sense of conclusions. because it's just practice. We're talking about practice, not a game, not a game. We're talking about practice, right? It's practice. It's practice. So, I mean, I gave my storylines to the extent that I could. But who's not excited, man? Football's back. Football is back. Brandon Kuhn, what a good O-line haul that would be for the 23 class. Marquis Anderson, Trayvon Ball, Bobolade or Tree, Shivers, Jetta. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think, again, Shane Beamer and company understand. You build a football team from the inside out, right? From the inside out, you build a football team. Starts on the offensive line. It starts up front. It starts with those big uglies. The more things change, the more they stay the same. You can talk skill guys. If you don't have those big uglies up front to pave the way, none of it really matters. Everybody in the SEC has got talented skill players. Again, some more than others, but everybody's got them. Depth at the line of scrimmage. This game still comes down to blocking. It still comes down to tackling. It still comes down to execution. If you don't have them guys up front, you're not going to make a lot of noise. That's why you're seeing Shane Beamer and company go after these linemen in recruiting. And I commend Beamer for it. He understands what it takes. In this league, in the SEC, it is still a line of scrimmage league. So I get fired up and excited. You know, some people say, oh, it's just a lineman. No, bro. We need those guys. We need them. And Beamer knows that. That's why you're seeing them go after them. So, great point by you. A guy like Rattler can't showcase his arm if he don't have protection. A guy like Marshawn Lloyd can't live up to the hype if he don't have a hole to run through. Right? Got to have those big uglies to pave the way. Billy Thompson, if South Carolina wins 9 games, the Spurs Up show should get a buzz cut. Billy, I've already made my bet. I'm not going any farther. I'll never understand, by the way, some people, their obsession with wanting me to cut my beard, cut my hair. Why? Why do you want that? Why do you want that? I've already said I'd get a tattoo if we win 10 or more. It's crazy. Some of y'all on this show yesterday were trying to make me feel like I was a lunatic for thinking we can't win 10 games. 10 games. Bro, 10 would be an insane season. I'm not trying to be negative. That's just the reality, guys. That is the reality. That 10 would be an insane year. Whether you think, even if you think it's realistic, you can't deny that would be an insane season. Like, 10 wins, guys. Again, how many times has that happened? 4? That's happened 4 times in school history. 4 times. Carolina has won double-digit games. Guys, they've been playing football in Columbia for over 100 years. They've won double-digit games 4 times. There's less than a 4% chance, if you go by those numbers, that it happens. I think my ass cheek is safe. I'd love to be wrong, though. I'd love to be wrong. That would be, what a ride that would be. What a ride that would be. Apparently, the SG1 simulation, though, my guy SG1 Sports, his simulation thinks we're going to win it all because we're 9-0 in his simulation. How? I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I just do not get it. Lance Players is on the lattes, though. On the lattes. Lance, on the lattes, 15-0. To hell with it. On the lattes. Keith, what part of our team are you looking forward to? What part of our team are you looking forward to being most improved? Again, offensive line. That, if it's not O-line, it's quarterback. Keith, I'm just a lot of if not all of the excitement around this season stems around Carolina having the guy. My guy DGD, what's up, baby? Appreciate you, DGD, with the soup chat. Appreciate you, my guy. SEC Unfiltered to the moon. Nah, Keith, I mean, quarterback. A lot of the hype around this season, again, stems around having the guy under center. Look at SEC Media Days. That's all they could talk about when they talked about Carolina was Spencer Rattler. And some people will say, oh, they're just, too much expectation, too much hype. Come on, there's 10 other guys on the offense. Yeah, but that's the most important position on the football field. If you don't have that position figured out, going to be really tough to make any sort of noise. So I'm so excited for that position. It's been so long since we've come into a season with the type of hope and expectations around the quarterback position. It's been so long. So long. And I don't feel like I have unfair expectations of Rattler, but my expectations are high. I want to see him live up to the hype. I want to see him be the guy, right? He's going to need help, but you're the dude. Go be him. Go be him. Go be the dude. Let's see. Jumping into the TDC questions channel on the Big Cock Club Discord. Bad Brad says, I think it's fair we want to see someone new at punt returner or kick returner punt returner and kick returner outside of Josh Vann. Do we think with the newcomers we've added anyone who could battle for that position? Who would you like to see at those spots? I think Juju. I think Lavassier Carroll. I'd be surprised, I'll just say this, if Josh Vann. I'd be surprised if Josh Vann is your returner again. I would. I think you got other options, athletes. I mean, anyways. Let's see. We got a text here. Text from best. Let's see. The question was best style of Under Armour uniforms. I'm going 07 to 10, 13, 21, 2011. So you're ranking them basically. I'll be honest with you. I loved those 2010 unis. I thought those were incredible. I loved those 2010 unis. I don't know I think this was yesterday, but Justin texting is Georgia Tech and Syracuse good jobs. Not great. This was yesterday also. Kevin here, he says, as excited as I am about the upcoming season, have much appreciation for what Beamer's doing. I still think he needs a little more time. Until the O-line can prove it can block better and the D-line can prove it can stop. And I can't predict any better than 6-6 or 7-5. We also need to start finishing higher than 9th, 10th, or 11th in the SEC in recruiting, but I think Beamer's on the right track. That's a very fair and sobering take. Still a lot of question marks, a lot to prove. But with that being said, a lot of reason to be optimistic as well. So again, like I told you guys, I think the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Not every question mark we have is gonna work out sunshine and rainbows. And not every question mark we have is gonna turn to the negative side. Like I think it's gonna be some things are gonna work out and exceed expectations. Some things are gonna be kind of disappointing. And you hate to say that, right? You hate to say that, but that's just typically how it goes, There's going to be, I mean, it's like I told you guys before, my buddy Luke RJ in the Big Cock Club Discord and some of you others, some others out there have been saying, man, it's really hard to make predictions. It's really hard to pick these games and place people in the SEC. Yeah, what's tough about it is because somebody has to have a bad year. Not everybody can have a good year. Not everybody can have a good year. So you got to pick somebody, unfortunately, to have a bad season. And nobody thinks it's going to be them. Right? Mizzou fans don't think it'll be them. Carolina fans, we certainly don't think it'll be us. Florida fans don't think it'll be them or that it should be them. Tennessee certainly doesn't. Kentucky certainly doesn't. So who's it going to be? Yeah, Hunter Johnson. I go Amari and Brown returning kicks and punts as well. I would. Carter says, going back to the passing yards for Rattler this season, the great Jake Bentley threw for 3,171 yards in 2018, missed an entire game against Mizzou. Lock the over. I agree. I think the over's a lock. I really do. I mean, I think we're going to want to be balanced, but come on, man. I think 2,700 yards is a given for a Rattler. I do. Travie, who's our fastest receiver? Wells, Rucker, or Van? Is Sampson our sleepy freshman this year? First thing on Sampson, I mean, my expectations for Sampson are this, Travie. If he catches 15 passes, he had an incredible year. I don't think he has to play as a freshman. I mean, if he wins a job, so be it. I just don't think he has to play as a freshman. I will be surprised if he plays a ton because you have so many other options. Fastest receiver, probably Amari and Brown, from what I've heard. I mean, I don't have the official 40 times in front of me, but, from what I've heard, it's Brown. Billy Thompson, do we have a better chance of beating Clemson this year or next year with it being a home game? Billy, great question. I think you got to have a better chance this year because of your personnel. I just do. I know it's on the road, but I think with your personnel, I mean, next year, I mean, who knows, right? So much can change. You could go back to the portal and get another quarterback. You never know, but, like, assuming you don't do that and you got a fresh face under center, like, I think this could be a better year than next year. I don't want to look too far ahead and whatever, but, like, is your personnel going to be better next year? So I'd say you have a better chance this season, honestly. Keith, would you say that our wide receiver room's made the most improvement? In regards to additions, yeah, probably. Yeah, I would probably say so. Yeah. Speaking on Jake Bentley, 500 yards against Clemson. Rebecca says, Martin broke up with me. I'm not going into details. No one wants to hear me on the phone. I'm sorry to hear about your relationship problems, Rebecca. Let's see. Tree committing at 2 o'clock. Sounds like he's a Gamecock lock. John Edward, next year outside Clemson non-conference play, UNC, Furman, and Jacksonville State. Yeah, we open up with UNC in Charlotte. Another Charlotte game. So that'll be a fun one. That'll be a fun one, John. I'm sure that'll be good for you because you're close to there. So that'll be a fun game for sure. Decision day for Tree. Decision day for Tree. Where is his Twitter? There he is. Big Tree. 6'3", 15. That is a massive human being, folks. Cocky Twan. Come on, dude. Cocky Twan says, Beck, I can make you forget about Martin. Give me a chance. I'm going to throw this up there so it can be in existence forever. I can make you forget about Martin. Give me a chance. Okay, we're linking people up here on TDC. TDC is apparently a dating service now. TDC is a dating service now. I don't know. Gamecock Tinder, he says. Jesus Christ. Luke RJ says, side note, I saw recently, I thought it was really cool. Williams-Brice is showcased in 2 football movies, the movie The Program and The Waterboy. Hold on, is Willie B in The Waterboy? Is that correct? In the Bourbon? Hold on now. Is that at Williams Bryce? Are you sure? Oh, it is. Okay, it is an aerial shot. Huh. I will be damned. I didn't even know that. I didn't realize that was Willie B in that shot, or I just didn't think about it. Bro, y'all getting out of hand in these comments. Y'all getting out of pocket. I'm gonna just throw the comments up. I ain't even gonna read this one. Billy, why'd you take it there? You out of pocket, Billy. You out of pocket. You out of pocket, Billy. Ain't no need for that shit, Billy. On that note, I'm gonna jump into a break. Y'all just too much right now. I'm gonna jump into a break. More of your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Final 15 minutes or so here on the Daily Crow. Taking your questions, comments, calls as well. 843 790 3377. I will say this, guys, we can talk about anything and everything. The beauty of the Daily Crow is the randomness, right? So we can we can talk Gamecocks, obviously. We can talk about anything y'all want to discuss, as long as it's entertaining and fun, especially on a Friday, right? Especially on a Friday, have us a good old time. And yeah, so anyways, though, let's see. Hunter Johnson says over under on Rattlers passing yards and rushing yards. Zach Kaplan follows up with 3,000 plus yards passing, I think, and then around 200 to 300 rushing. That's fair. That's about right. I think he definitely goes over 3,000. Over 3,000 passing yards. I think that's very very fair. That's what I would take. I would go over 3,000. Over 3,000 passing. Travis, yeah, especially before the season actually hits. Yeah, we can discuss anything and everything. It's all good. It's all good. No need to panic. No need to freak. Guys, in 13 minutes or so, Tree will announce his commitment. I don't know if it's coming via video. I don't know if it's I don't know exactly, guys. I don't know what the game plan for him is. He hasn't said anything. So he might just, drop a graphic or drop a video via social media. I don't know. David Barnes says blackout week 1 or Garnet White Garnet. No, I think, David, I think week 1, I'll tell you this again, give credit to my guy, Luke RJ. Been bringing Luke RJ a lot, bringing him up a lot today. He had an awesome piece of content in our Big Cock Club Discord where he had the schedule and he gave the uniform combo he'd like to see in every single game. I think week 1, you see just like Georgia State last year, or excuse me, like EIU last year, you see it in the Georgia State game. I think we go white, garnet, white. Just typical, traditional. Personally, me for Arkansas, I know AJ Bowers would disagree. I'd go Stormtrooper. I'd go all white. Georgia, I'd go big game garnet. Charlotte and SC State, I'd mix it up a little bit. I'd go Charlotte. I'd go white, black, white. One of the two games, I'd probably go with some throwback, some alternate throwback uniform. Not Black Magic, though. But I'd go white, black, white in one of those games also. I think that's a very clean look, underrated look. At Kentucky, I'd go white, white, garnet. Texas A&M at home, I'd go 84 Black Magic throwback. Mizzou at home, I'd go big game garnet. At Vandy, I'd go Stormtrooper. At Florida, I would go white, white, black. And then Tennessee at home, excuse me, I'd go all black. And then at Clemson, I'd go Stormtrooper. That's how I'd break down. So as you can tell, I'm a big fan of the white helmet. I'm a white helmet guy. Now, I don't know which face mask we're rocking with each of those. I'd prefer just to do the black face mask, but whatever. So AJ Bowers, the only game we disagree with is Arkansas. And AJ, I understand why you want to do that because 2013 we wore that, but dude, what does it matter what we wore 9 years ago, almost a decade ago? So I love how there's like internal warfare going on in the comments. If y'all aren't looking at comments on YouTube, you should. It's a blast. It's a blast. Somebody said apparently Tree might be going live on his Instagram. So I guess we'll be jumping onto that right after. Chase Floyd, white, black, white, so on the radio. I agree. Yeah, I think white, black, white is a very, very cool, clean, crisp look. I do. I think it's a very cool, clean, crisp look. I think we definitely should rock it. Mm-hmm. Connor McCormick, let's wear all black for SC State so that we get our win total up for that uniform. Good point, Connor. I mean, why not? Cool. I'm down for it. Cool. Why not? Mix it up with the unis, those two games, Charlotte and SC State. Why not? Age Bauer says he really likes black, black, white, the uni against Michigan in 2017. I mean, I thought it was okay. I thought it was all right. I mean, I think the matte black helmet is I just feel like Matt's played out. I really do. David Barnes, kind of want to see black helmets at Clemson. Any helmet looks good with white on black. We haven't worn black pants at Clemson in a very long time. You think about it. I mean, I don't think – I'm trying to think. Dude, why does it seem like, by the way, think about this. Think about the games at Clemson. 2004, we wore black, white, black. Think about this. 2006, white, white, garnet. 2008, white, white, garnet. 10, white, white, garnet. 12, we wore all white. 14, all white. It's 16, I think we wore black, white, black. 18, was it Storm? I think Stormtroopers. Age of Hours, why not wear all garnet for at least one game with the garnet helmet? You know, I don't know. I just think big game garnet with a white helmet looks better. Connor McCormick, Chris, I know you hate it with a passion, but I just love the Carolina script helmet. I think it looks so clean. Can't find a reason to hate it. I just think it looks like shit, to be honest with you. And it looks like Chick-fil-A. I can't get that vision out of my head. Chick-fil-A. I see Chick-fil-A. The script helmet sucks. I'm sorry, it does. It sucks. It's like a cool one-off, but not a consistent. It should not replace the Block C. Script looks great on merch. On the helmet, like, bro, you're literally like trying to copy Florida. Like, it's so unoriginal. And then Connor, when you're rocking that helmet and then nothing else on the uniform has script on it, nothing matches. Hunter Johnson, I am far from the first and or the only person to bring up that Chick-fil-A thing. I'm not the one that started that. I saw somebody else's comments, a lot of other people's comments saying it's literally like Chick-fil-A script on a helmet. I'm like, I can't remove that image from my head now. Like my brother in the chat, bring back tail for the helmet. The people that say that, they shouldn't be allowed to have an opinion on uniforms. The tail for the helmet would be a dope helmet for an arena football team. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. And Carolina script on the helmet, Muschamp. It's a Muschamp thing. Leave it in the Muschamp era. If nothing else, At least we're past the days of like I said, like the insane uni combos. Remember when we wore garnet black against Georgia with a script helmet? Like that combo just made no sense. None. Made no sense. By the way, guys, shameless plug. You see the cap. This is available on tsus.store. We got this in garnet also. Hey, snag these while for some reason our white caps are out of stock. Snag these. Got them both in garnet and black. We got the shirts, hoodies, everything else you can think of. Beamer Rattler 22. Go get it on the store. tsus.store. Also, guys, if you've ordered towels, they are getting shipped out ASAP. The stock is sitting right behind me, getting those packaged today and again shipped out ASAP. So thank you for your patience. Again, we had to restock on inventory. Thank you all to those who came out last night and bought merchandise, koozies, towels, all that good stuff. And, as business grows, I'm really looking to expand in regards to inventory. So just stay tuned for that. But guys, if you're waiting on towels, just know we are working on getting those orders shipped out. So again, thank you all for y'all's patience. I promise you'll have them way before kickoff. So no worries there. But yeah, so you'll be good to go. Travi, I hope you have a great weekend, my guy. Thank you so much. Y'all doing anything crazy this weekend? Anything fun? Anything exciting for anybody this weekend? Any big plans? Hey, enjoy your last couple of weekends before kickoff because we all know once it gets here, right? Once it gets here, we're locked in. I'm probably going to one of the weekends, I'm going to chill at home with the family. And another weekend, I think I'm going to Savannah the weekend before kickoff. Going to see some buddies down there, the Zools, Ghouls, and Goblins. We're going to hang out, getting some shenanigans in Savannah. Other than that, man, this weekend we've got, I'll just go ahead and tell you guys, we got P-Mod coming into town, old P-Dawk. P-Dawk's coming into Greenville. We're going to step out and have us a good time in Greenville. Go out and about and explore the city and everything G-Vegas has got to offer. Next weekend's really the only weekend where I'm not sure what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't know yet. Might just have like a chill weekend, but it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Before you know it, week 0 is gonna be here. Before you know it, week 0 will be here. So before you know it, week 0 will be here. Let's see. Do the Panthers have anything going on this weekend? They got practice tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. So nope, they ain't got nothing. You know what sucks, by the way? You know what sucks, John Edward and everybody up there in Charlotte? FanFest is Thursday, August the 11th, which is the same exact day as our tour event at Ale House. Isn't that something? Oh, well. Brandon Hucks and Morgan Brown going on a date this weekend. Love that. Love is in the air. Love is in the air for sure. Okay, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you all so much again for the continued love and support. If you have not done so, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 685, full breakdown. Heading into fall camp, my top 5 storylines going into fall camp. Really exciting stuff. Also, the opponent preview series continues talking the Florida Gators. Again, quick reminder, if you have not done so, guys, right? If you were only able to tune in for a little bit of this of the Daily Crow today, right? Even if you were here for the whole thing, take 5 minutes, take a second, doesn't even take that long. Rate and subscribe. The Daily Crow is now available in podcast form on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you find and listen to podcasts, it is there. So be sure to rate and subscribe and check out the Daily Crow via the podcast form to catch up on anything that you may have missed. Other than that, guys, thank you all so much. Again, another successful week in the books. I really do appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe this weekend. Hey, Tree is about to commit. Tree is about to commit. Y'all tune in, lock into that. We're going to go cover that in the meantime. Guys, again, thank you all so much. Appreciate you all tuning in. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will talk to you on Monday.